Hello everyone, I'm KYART, and in this tutorial we are going to create a rig and animation for a little chicken. Okay guys, I invite you to check out my channel if you want to learn more about 3D. If you are a beginner, you get to the right place. You can find tutorials for how to create stylized characters, how to model, how to animate, how to texture characters, and also some nice stuff like if you like low poly, you can find low poly scenes inside, low poly animation, and sculpt inside of Blender, and how to create rigs for the characters as well, so you can check it. And also some add-ons and some tools for Blender. Okay guys, now I am using right now Blender 3.4, and in this point we get already our character done. We had our little chicken. We make everything in the previous video. If you missed that video and you are new to my channel, I will let a video right here on the top. You can find it, the first video. So in that video I will teach you how to create this character, how to get to this point. And now for this tutorial we need to modify some things inside of little chicken, especially the wings and the fur of the body, because under the wings our character doesn't have any fur, so we need to change that. Okay, let me open right here. Okay, now I'm going to activate the material preview. Yeah, like that. Okay, so we need to change that. We need to modify the weight painting for creating more fur under the wings. Okay, let me activate right here also the material preview. And also the wings are sharing the same particular system, so we need to change that. You can see guys, under the wing we don't have any fur, so we need to modify that. It's pretty simple, it's not too complicated. Okay, if we go right here on the select the wings, and then we can see the wings are using the same particular system, so we need to change that. We need to divide the wings. Each wing need to use a different particular system, so we're gonna change that in a minute. It's pretty simple, you know, not too complicated. But basically we need that, so we're gonna select the body, and then we're going to solid view. We're gonna start with the body. I'm going to delete this one. Now we're gonna select the body. Okay, first let me see. We're gonna select the body, select the wings first, and then we're gonna hide the wings with H. Now you can see we need to put more hair there. Now we're gonna turn off the particular system. I have some issues with the geometry, but I can fix it. It's no big deal. I don't know why it has that outside this edge, so just gonna select it. Okay, let me select it. Okay, hold down shift and select that, and go to the from view, and with G just move it. Okay, right there. It's okay, it's okay, it's done, so no problem. Oops, there is a little more, but something simple. Okay, we're gonna fix it in a minute. Okay, is everything good, everything cool? I already fixed everything. So now, okay, we have a little chicken, and we need to fix the fur under the wing. So we can do that just going to weight painting. We can go to weight painting. We're gonna use the weight painting, remember? Okay, Control Tab, go to weight painting, and we are going to paint this area. Remember that area under the wings is blue, so that means no fur. And so just we need to change that. Just paint red, all red, and then we're gonna have some fur. Any case that we don't have, we had some spot that don't have fur, we can add more. It's pretty simple. Okay, so I'm going to activate the mirror, and then we are going to paint. Okay, everything done. Look, so we still have some spots that a few spots that doesn't have hair, but no problem. Now what we need to do, we need to comb the hair. Okay, we're gonna go back to object mode first and take a look how it looks. Yeah, it's okay, but now we need to fix it in the particulate edit. We can edit right here, and then we are going to comb the hair backward. Now it's selected. Now we're going to comb the hair right here like that. It's pretty simple. Okay, the other side. Just comb the hair backwards, and then we can take a look from this view and see in object mode how it looks. Okay, it's getting better, but we still have some spots that don't have any hair, so we're gonna add more. It's pretty simple. Now Control Tab, Particular Edit, and then we are going to use this tool Add, and we open this with the N, and we need to make sure the steps and keys are the same. So I'm going to use 4 and I'm just going to add on that part under the wing. For example, let me see. Right here I'm going to add. Okay, right here. Okay, right here. I think right here. Also right here. Okay, and this part as well. So the other side, let me see. Okay, are like kind of different. So we're gonna add some here, here, and here, and also right here. Okay, guys, this part as well. Okay, let me check. Okay, right here. Now we're gonna comb the hair. Use the comb tool. Okay, we comb the hair backward. Okay, like that. So we need to make sure the deflect meter is on, because basically this tells the particular system that the hair cannot go inside the geometry. If this is off, when you comb the head backwards or any way, the hair is going to get inside the geometry, so we don't want that. So just make sure it's on. Just click it. Now we're gonna comb the head backwards like that. Good. Okay, we close it with N. Now we go back to object mode and see how it looks. I think it's okay, because basically the animation, the chicken is going to look in front of the camera, so we don't gonna make any side view or nothing like that. Let me check. It's okay. Yeah, it's going to be right there in front, looking to the camera. So I think it's done. We already fixed it. Okay, let's unhide the wings. Now we're gonna work on the wings. Okay, now remember that the wings are sharing the same particular system, so we don't want that. We need to divide the wings because we need to animate the wings separately. So we're gonna select the wings and we're going to hide the particular system for the moment. Then we're gonna enter to edit mode. We're gonna enter to edit mode. Okay, no, go back to object mode. We are going to isolate the wings. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna select the wings, and then let me change my keyboard to English. Then we're gonna press the slash key, and then we're going to isolate the wings or any object inside of Blender. You can isolate any object just pressing the slash key. So we're gonna select the wings, slash key, isolate it, and then we are going to from view, and then I'm going to activate the X-ray vision right here. Remember that I have the Q shortcut for X-ray vision. Then I'm going to select one wing, and then I'm going to press P for separate section. Now we have separate wing. Okay, now go back to solid view. We have the different wings, but now you guys going to see what's gonna happen, because they are sharing the same particular system. this is what's gonna happen. Okay, so if I select this wing and then I activate the particular system, look, it looks kind of messy. Now take a look of this one. My god, it's really crazy, but it's pretty simple to fix. We're just gonna need to comb the hair, that's all. So this is what we're gonna do. So next step is comb the hair of the wings. So we are going to start. Okay, let me hide the body. Okay, we're gonna start with, let me see, with this one. So Control Tab, go to Particulate Edit, and then select the comb tool. And the same, we're gonna comb the wing backward. Okay, now the other one. Okay, good. Okay, it's done. Now look, we already get the result that we want. So now we have the separate wings, so we can animate it separate. So this is what we want. Now what we can do is we can create a new collection that contains the background. So we are going just to select all the background, including the lights. So we select the background, then the lights with hold down Shift, and then select everything that we don't want right now, like that. And then we're going to press M, a new collection. You can name it as you want. In my case, I'm going to name it background. Okay, so now this new collection contains all the background, including the light, so I can turn on or turn off. So right now I just turn it off, and our little chicken is in the dark. No, we still have the lighting of the HDRI, so no problem. Now we are going to from view. Okay, first let me turn off the particular system. Now what thing we must to do is divide the crest from the body. We need to separate, so we're gonna enter to edit mode. Just enter to edit mode, select with L. Okay, now P, press P to separate, and then separate section, and now we have different parts, the crest and the body. And also the other thing that we need to do is to make the parent of the separate objects, like glasses, eyes, mouth, and eyebrow. So what we're gonna do is make the parent. We're gonna, for example, first thing we need to parent is the glasses. So we're gonna select the glasses and then hold down Shift and select the body, and then Control P and then object. Okay, then with the rest of element, eyes, hold down Shift, body, and Control P, object, then eyebrow. The same process, Control P, object, and then mouth, body, and Control P, object. So right now the body is the parent of the eyes and the other objects, and also the crest. We need to select it, body, and Control P, object. Okay guys, what else we need to do? Okay, we already have everything parent. Okay, let me see. Now from view, other thing that we need to do, we need to fix the legs. Remember, the legs are using a modifier, so we need to check. Okay, mirror modifier. So we need to apply that modifier because we are going to rig the both legs. So we need one geometry. So right now it's okay, everything is okay. Now we're gonna start to create some bounds. Okay, now I'm going to select the wings and I'm going to turn off the particular system for the moment. Okay, like that. Select the body. Now we're gonna send the pivot to the center with Shift C and then Control A, and we are going to look for armature and single bond. Now we're gonna create a single bond. We go right here to that tab, this one, and then we are going to viewport display, and we are going to select in front. We need to see the bond. Now we're gonna move it G, Z, and then we're gonna put it right here. Then tap to enter to edit mode, select this part, then G, C, and move it to the top. Good. Side view. Then with this selected, G, and move it a little bit back. Something like that is okay. This is going to be our body, so F2, and then we rename it. Body, okay. This is the body of the chicken. Now select the body and then Shift D, and we're going to duplicate it right here. We're going to use it for create the wings, the rig of the wings. So Shift D, and then we put it right here. It's okay. Now we are going to select this part, G, move it, something like that. Now top view, we are going to locate in the right position the bond, something like that. It's okay. Yes, yes, like that. That position is okay. Now from view and then side view, I think like that is okay. Yeah. So let me check. It's okay. Everything is okay. Yes. Now select the body, the bond. We need to select the bond. And then if you think the bonds are too big, you can change it right here. You can put it a stick, so you can see better the geometry. You can also activate the names, but in this case I'm going to let it like the normal. Okay, we had our wing. It looks okay. Now select it. We're going to rename it. We're going to name it. So F2, and then this is going to be wing.L. We need to name it because later we are going to use a mirror modifier for the bones. Okay, that's okay. Now we're gonna go with the legs. We need to make the legs. Now activate the X-ray, select the body, and then duplicate it, Shift D, put it right there. Select this part, G, move it, put it down. Okay, good. Side view. With this part selected, we are going to move it something like here. Okay, let me see, wireframe mode, from view. Okay, solid mode. I'm gonna take this a little bit up. Okay, right there is okay. Something like here. Side view, this part right here, and then we are going to extrude it right there. E for extrude it, and then put it there. Okay. Okay, guys. Now let me see how is the right position. Select this part, and then I think I need to move it a little bit to the side. Now let me see in the stick. Okay, I need to move this a little bit right here. Now take a look from the side view. Okay. Now we select the bond, then go back to the normal, and then rename it leg. We're gonna rename leg.L. Okay, now it looks good, and it will be foot.L. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now we got everything. What else we need to do? Okay, let me see. Everything is perfect. Now about the leg, I create one leg without knee. If you want to create a knee, it's pretty simple. You just select the leg bone, okay, like this one. You just select it and then right click and then subdivide, and then you can create separate bones and create a knee if you want your chicken to walk, and then just rename it, and that's all. Okay guys, now we're gonna select the wing bone and then the leg bone. Okay, you make sure you select the right bones, and then we are going to press F3 and we are going to look for symmetrize. Yeah, and then look, everything is in the other side automatically. Now we need to create the bones for the crest. Now side view is going to be the same process. Select the body bone, then Shift D, duplicate it, make it smaller. Just pick the bones in the right position. Now select this part, move it. Okay, I think right here. Right here is okay. Now extrude it like that. Right here, extrude it. Okay, so we had this part. Let me adjust it a little bit like that. This one, G. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna select these bones and then Shift D and duplicate it on the same process. Okay guys, I think everything is okay. It's pretty simple, not too complicated. Now also we need to create the parents of the bones. So we select the wing, Shift, hold down Shift, select the body, and then Control P, keep offset. And also with the other ones. Okay, now we need to create the tail bones. So we're gonna select these bones, and then Shift D, then just adjust the bones, and that's all. Okay, it's done. Okay, now for some bones we are going to make the bones bounce, basically the crest bones and the tail bones, those ones. So for that we are going to use an add-on or a script that is right here. Okay, let me show you. Okay, right here you got wiggle bones, and basically we just apply to the bones. This is the website where you can download the script. I will let the link in the description of this video. You can download it from there. Wiggle bone, this is the latest version. Then you just download, find a folder on your PC or your laptop, and then go to Edit, Preference, Add-ons, and then search for it and install it. In my case, I already installed it, so just it's activated and it's okay. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we are going to add the geometry to the bones. We need to connect it together. So how we gonna do that? We go to object mode. Now we are going to start with the body of the chicken. We select the body, then hold down Shift, and then we are going to select the armature. Then we Control Tab and then go to pose mode. Now we are going to select the bone that we want to add with the body. That is the bone named body. We select it. We make sure we don't select other bones. Okay, so just the body bone and the body of the chicken, and then we are going to press Control P and then bone. Now we need to test it. We select the bone and move it. Okay, everything is working perfectly. Then we repeat the same process. We go back to object mode. Okay, now we are going to add the wings. to the bones. So select the wing, hold down shift, select the armature, then control tab, go to pose mode, select the wing bone, and then because it's separate, we're gonna do one by one. So we make sure we select the just one bone, then control P and then bone. Okay, now we test it, we move it or rotate it to see if it's working. Yeah, everything is good. Then we'll repeat the same process, go back to object mode, select the other wing geometry, hold down shift, select the armature, control tab. Now we select the wing bone, and then the same control P, bone. Okay, we move it. Okay, it's working. The same process. Now we need to go back to object mode. About the legs, we're gonna make a little bit changes. So select the legs. Okay, it's selected. Now we the same, select the armature, hold down shift and select the armature. Okay, now we need to make sure inside the pose mode that we select the right bone. So we need to select the legs bone, this one, hold down shift, select this one, and this one. And now we are going to, okay, make sure everything is selected. We are going to press Ctrl P and we are going to select with automatic weights. Then we need to test it to see if it's working. We're gonna rotate it. Yes, everything is working. Now this part, move it. Okay, it's bending perfectly. No problems. Yeah. Okay, nice. It's working right. Okay. Now what we need to do, we need to pass to the crest of the chicken. So we select the crest, select the armature, hold down shift, select the armature, enter to pose mode. And the same, we need to make sure we select the right bones. So hold down shift and start to select the bones that we want to add to the crest. Okay, these ones, they are selected, Ctrl P, and then with automatic weights. The same process, like similar to the legs. Now we test it, rotate the bones and see if the geometry is bending in the right way. Okay, everything is working perfectly. Yeah. Okay, this part. Now about the tail, we need to do the same thing, but the tail is added to the body. So I think the easy way and the no more complicated is separate the tail from the body. It's similar to the crest. The crest is separate from the body. So we just enter to edit mode. With L, select the tail. Then P, separate selection. Now we have separate parts. Now the same. We repeat the same process. Now we select the tail. Then we're gonna select the bone, the armature. Hold down shift, select the armature, enter to pose mode. And then we need to select the tail bones. Hold down shift and select it. And the same, we're gonna make sure, look guys, oh my god, I almost make a mistake. We select again just the bones that we need to make sure we select the right bones. Just check every time. Okay, Ctrl P with automatic weights. Okay, we need to test it. Okay, it's good. Okay, nice, it's working right. We go back to object mode and our rig is done. You can test it, already is done the rig. You can enter to pose mode and you can move it and you can see that it's working. Everything is working fine, just working fine. If we move the wings, now at this point we need to add the wiggle effect, the bounce effect to the bones that we want to bounce it while we do the animation. In this case are the crest and the tail. So we're gonna select the bones and then we are going here to activate the wiggle bone. And then we need to make sure this one reset on loop is unchecked. So we just uncheck it because in that way we're gonna make a loop, so it will continue doing the same movement, the same bouncing, and then gonna stop. This part, the stretching, is in 0.5. If you put it higher, the bones are going to bounce it more, but in my case I'm gonna let it like that. 0.5 is okay for me, but you can try like I change different values. Now we're gonna select the bones and then one by one activate the wiggle bone. This one, oh, oops, sorry, where are you wiggle bones? Let me see, oh, right here. Okay, activate it. Nice. Now this one also activate, this one activate, this one activated, yeah, and the tail bones as well. Activate this one. Okay, this. Okay, now for make sure that it's working better and it's working the right way, we're gonna go to this tab right here and we are going to activate and deactivate this boss wiggle scene. Okay, now we can test it, we can play it, and you can see it move a little bit. Okay, at this point what we're gonna do is animate our chicken. This is the part, so we're gonna start to animate it. Now for animated, let me move this right here. It's going to be pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to go right here to the object properties. Now right here we're gonna change the frame rate, the custom. Right now for the moment it's 30 the FPS, but I'm going to change it to 12 for the moment. Maybe later I will change it again. And then we are going to go in the frame 0, and basically he's just going to jump. Okay, so about the length, I'm gonna let the length right now like that, but later maybe I change it. So he's going to go to the from this point. Let me move this right here. Okay, he basically is going to jump, move the wings, and then move the legs, and then go back to the same position. But we need to make sure that for now we make sure that we are selected the right bone. So in this case we're gonna start with the body bone. So in the first frame he's going to go to the 10th frame and then jump and then go to the 20 and come back to the same position. So this is going to be the loop of the jumping. So first frame, select the bone. Okay, make sure I, and then location, press I key and then location. Okay, now we're gonna go to the frame 10. Okay, and then we're gonna move it Z, move it right here. Okay, something like that. Yeah, I, and then location. And basically we have already the 2 frames that we need. So we're gonna select the first one, then Shift D, and then move it to the 20. So right now we have the motion. You see, it's jumping and go back to the same place. It basically is like that. Okay, so you can see right now the wiggle bones, how they are working. We don't need to move, we don't need to create the animation for the crest and the tail, because automatically they are bouncing. Okay, so this is something good. Now let me put the background back and see. Okay, we are going to adjust the camera. Yeah, something like that. That's right. Jumping and go back, jumping and go back. You can see. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna to copy the frames, the keyframes, then Shift D, and start to move it and locate it in the position that we want. Remember that we had the frame rate at 12. So we need to keep that in mind. So for example, right here is going to start at 30. So I need to adjust the frames, the keyframes. So we're gonna select these ones, move it a little bit. The 40, I'm going to move it on the right there. Yeah, this one need to go to 50. And you can see jumping, go back, jumping, go back. This is basically what we're gonna do. And then right here, what we just need to do is copy the same keyframes and move it right here. Okay, oops, I made a mistake. It's copy, no move it. So Shift D and then move it there from the to 60. Now you can see it's jumping and go back. Basically, this is the animation, the main motion that the chicken needs to do is jump. So you can see it's very simple. It's not too complicated to animate it. It's basic animation. So at this point, then we need to start to animate the other parts, like the wings, the legs. But this is the basic animation that our little friend is going to do. To jump in and go back to his place. Now, like this, we go back here, right here, and then we're gonna start to animate the legs and the wings. But first, we're gonna start with the wings. We're gonna animate it. I'm going to start the process with one wing and then with the other. You can check. So it's the same process. We need to make sure that we select the right bone, and also we need to make sure that we are in the right frame. We go to the front view, then right here we're gonna check. Okay, he jumps to here and then go back to 20. So right now in the first rotation, then 10 I, then we rotate it again, something like that. Okay, we rotate the wings there, and then okay, let's go back. We are going to activate the symmetry for make the things easier. So now we repeat the same process. Right now there, I rotation, this one, select this, the other wing, I rotation, then we select this one and then we go to the 10th frame, then we are rotated, and both of them is going to rotate at the same time because the symmetry. Then we select this one, I rotation, and then select the other one, I rotation. And you can see now we are going to move to some keyframes. So select the first one, Shift D, duplicate it and put it on 20. Okay, now the other wing, select the first one, Shift D, and then put it on 20. Now you can see we had the motion of the wings. So go back and jump and open the wings. Now right here we are going to make some changes for make it look more good. We are going to rotate it down. Yeah, move it down a little bit there. I rotation, then select the other wing, I rotation, then we go to 12, 13, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14. Then select the bone, rotate it up. Okay, I rotation, and then we select the other wing, the same, I rotation, and look. Then 14, and then he go back to the position. You see, it looks nice. It looks more natural. It's like when the little chickens try to fly, they made this motion with the wings, this movement with the wings. So basically this is what we're gonna try to achieve. Okay, then 16, let me see, I think it's okay, like that is okay. It looks nice. Yes, 20, then jump and move the wings. Now what we need to do is basically duplicate and locate it in the other frames to create the loop. Now remember that we are at 12 FPS, so we need to locate some keyframes on the right frames. Now the other wing goes as well. Select Shift D, duplicate and locate it. Then this one we need to move it a little bit from 40. Yes, 50. Yeah, it's okay. Select all of them. Shift D from 60. Then It's done now. This wing, the same process. Select the keyframe, Shift D from 60 and 80, and it's done. The motion is done. The animation of the wing is done. You can see, guys, it's pretty simple. Now 90, and then go back. You see, it's a perfect loop. Jump, move the wings, and go back. Yeah. Okay, it's done. It's jumping and moving the wings. Now the reason that I choose 12 frames per second is because I want to give some kind of sensation of stop motion, but it's not really stop motion because the little chickens, if you look at the little chicken also, they move like a kind of stop motion. Okay, so it's something like that. Now we're gonna animate the legs. Now we select the legs, activate the mirror, then we go to the first frame. We make sure the mirror is activated, and then we're gonna press I. Okay, first, okay. Select the bone, everything is okay. Now I, rotation. Select the other leg, I, rotation. Now we have the starting point. Now we go to the number 10 frame, rotate it with R, something like that. Then I, rotation. And the other leg, I, rotation. Okay, now we have this movement, and basically what we need to do is the same like the wing. Copy, select this bone, Shift D, and then duplicate it and put it on 20, and this one the same. First frame, duplicate it, 20, and that's all. Look, we have the legs already animated, and then we copy all the frame, the keyframes, and move it. We locate it in the exact frame. Then we copy it again, 60, 70, and 80. And that's all. Look, guys. Okay, so we have the animation. We have the total animation already. Okay, but I feel the animation is too slow, so this is due to the frame rate, the FPS. So we're gonna put it up a little bit, 20. Usually it comes with 24 FPS, but we're gonna use 20. Yeah, 20 is okay. Right now 20 is okay, so I like it. I like that way. Later I'm going to show you how to make a preview of the animation before we make the final render. Okay. Now we need to animate the rest of the elements of the chicken, the glasses, the eyes, and the eyes brown. Now we're gonna start with the glasses. So we are going to go back to the first. Then we're gonna select the glasses. We start with the glasses, select the glasses. Oops, sorry, this one. And then we need to see how the glasses are going to react with the movement of the chicken. So it's going to be something like that. So location, we're gonna animate the location. Then we go to 10, and then 12, something like 12, and then G, Z, and put it up, because the glasses will go up with the chicken, but they gonna come down after the chicken go down. Yeah, something like that. Then 20, we duplicate the first frame, Shift-D, and put it on 20. It will be something like that. Yes. Go and go back. Yeah. Basically, the chicken is going to jump. The glasses jump with the chicken, but the glasses we go back to the origin, the position, the first position, but it's lower than the chicken. So 20. Let me adjust a little bit because I want to make a little bounce. So we're gonna Z, put it a little down, a bit down. We're gonna put it a bit down, something like that. I location, and then 22, I think we copied the first frame and put it there. going to be like a little bounce. Will be something like that, you see. 2022. Yes, guys, you always need to check the animation how is looking. If you see something weird, you need to fix it. I want like all the elements move smooth. So after that, we just duplicate the frames, the keyframes, and locate it in the right frames for complete the loop like that. Look, go, then go back. Yes, something like that. Go here, go down from 20 to 22. Now I'm going to move it a little more down. I want more bounce. Maybe yeah, something like that. Okay, yes, I want the glasses to bounce more. Now what we can do is open the graph editor to modify the rest of the keyframes. Graph editor right here. Now we are working in the Z axis. So let me, the Y and X need to be turned off. Let me check here. Okay. Oh, sorry, we turn off the Z axis, and the other two, X and Y, need to turn off. Now we have everything here. So from here we can move and change the position of the other keyframes. I'm gonna play, go up, yeah. So from here we can modify the animation. Select this one. Okay, go down. Okay, we're gonna select this one and this one. Hold down Shift and select it. This one, or one, and we can move it down. Yes, something like that. Let me see. Now we're gonna select this, the upper ones, those, and then we're gonna move it a little bit up, something like that, because I want more bounce in the glasses. Okay, guys, so you can adjust the keyframes in the graph editor. Yes, something like that. Okay. We need to check carefully everything. Now we want to do a loop, right? We want a continuous loop, so we don't have any cut. So what can do is we can use the modifiers here in the graph editor. Select all the keyframes. Now we need to select the axis, the Z axis, and then we're gonna go to modifiers, open the tab, and then cyclist. We're gonna use cyclist, and then it's going to continue to make an infinite loop. Now you can see we don't see any cut. Everything is going in loop and no stop. This is what we want. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, we are going to animate the rest of the elements. We're going to start with the mouth. We are going to create the animation for the mouth. We're just gonna select the mouth, and then we are going to work create the animation with the shape keys. If you don't know about the shape keys, I will let you on the top a video about shape keys, how to use the shape keys for animation, and then it's pretty simple. Okay, so now I'm going to create one, the basis, and then the key one. Then let me move this right here. Okay, and this one. Then we need to, after we create and select the key one, we enter to edit mode, and then we are going to side view with number 3 in the numpad. I'm going to select this part, L, and I'm going to rotate it a little bit, activate the X-ray vision, Then we select this one and rotate it down. He's going to, the little chicken is going to open the mouth. Okay, like that. Now let me see from view. We are going to take a look. Okay, now look, this is the effect. We go back to object mode and now we can use the value for change. And basically now we are going to add the keyframes following the animation. So in one, we're gonna, yeah, in one he's gonna stay there. Then he going to, when he jump, he's going to make like I open the mouth twice. Like for example, he stay there, right here, almost 10. Or before 10 is going to do pew pew. So right here we select one and then right click. Just for work with the shake keys is pretty simple. Just we're gonna use the value. So we go to one, right click, insert keyframe. Then we go to the number 9 and then we move it all. Number 9, number 10, let me see. Okay, number 18. I need to move this right here, right? Yes. Because he needs to open the mouth really fast. So it will be something like that. Yeah, if I let it in the number 1, it doesn't work. Okay, so number 10, yeah, right. Now we're gonna go 1, right click, insert keyframe. Then number 12, and then we just duplicate the keyframe and put it in 12. So it will be like that. And then go to the 20. Yeah, something like that. But now what we can do is duplicate the keyframes and put it here. Yeah, like this. So he will open the mouth twice. Yes. Yeah, exactly like that. It will be something like that. And then in the other parts, we just need to copy the keyframes and move it to the right frame. So we're just gonna do that, repeat that process. Okay, now we got everything. Now we're gonna go with the eyes. With the eyes, we're gonna use again the shape keys. We create the basic and then the key 1, and then selected the key 1, we enter to edit mode, and here we are going to modify the eye. Okay, it's done. Now look, he's going to close their eyes, you know, his eyes, like that. Because we are using mirror, we just need to modify one, and that's all. And then the same, when he jumps, he needs to close his eyes. So he's almost 9, 10. He's going to close it in 10. Now we're gonna put the first keyframe. Let me see, around 8. Now we're gonna insert keyframe. Then in 10, he's going to close the eyes. Yeah, his eyes. Insert keyframe, right click, and then 12. We're just gonna copy the first keyframe and put it in 12. And that's all. Look, guys, pretty simple. You see? We select everything and then just copy. Okay, now about the eyes brown, it's the same procedure. We had the mirror, so we're just gonna animate one, and then it's going to move the eyes brown down and up on the Z axis. So location in 1. Now number 10, let me see, G, oops, something's wrong. Okay, let me select it one more time, activate the tool for move. Now go down. Yes, something like here, then I, location, it's going to do like that. Exactly, and then goes to 20 when you just copy the first keyframe and put it on 20, and that's all. Go down, up, yes, it looks nice. Okay, guys, and then basically we need to copy the keyframes, that's all. And then we already know the pattern, so shift D and put it 30, 40, 50. That's right, something like that. And then we got our animation. Look, this is all our animation. Now we are going to create a preview of our animation, so in that way we can see how it looks, the animation. So first we are going to activate the material preview. He's going to render the animation in the viewport. So basically is a simple render for see how is the animation going. So we are going to go to the output tab, and then right here in the output we need to select the folder where we are going to save our animation. In this case you can select any folder. I will select it here, put any name that you want. So in my case I'm going to put animation preview, something simple. And then we need to choose the file format. In this case we are going to use FFmpeg video, so this is going to be our format. And then the encoding Matroska, we're gonna use Matroska, and video encoding H.264. This is the one that we're gonna use. And so we are going to make the animation from the viewport. So view, we go to view, and then viewport render animation, you just click it there, and that's all. Okay, it's done. Basically he rendered all, including the lights and everything, the wireframe of the lights. Now we just find the folder, open it and see how it looks. So in my case, looking good, I like it. So it's a really good way to preview our animations, and if we see something wrong, we can correct it. Very simple, very fast. Now we are going to the, okay, let me change here, 3D viewport. We're going to render our animation. Let me open right here. We need to adjust our camera, our view. I'm going to activate the render view. Then we're going to select the body and wings and activate the particular system. Select right here, activate particular system. Also we go to the render properties, and then we are going to activate the motion blur. In my case I'm going to put it the shutter in 0.5. You can increase the number if you want more effect in the motion blur, but in my case it's going to be 0.5. Let me activate the particular system of this wing. Everything is good, okay. And then I'm going to let the motion blur in the center of the frame. It's going to be like that, so no problem. And other thing, guys, if you want to let me adjust, we need to adjust the camera. See that our chicken, when he jumps, they don't go out of the frame of the camera. So we select our body. Another thing, if you want to activate the hair dynamics, you can select it, activate the hair dynamics, and then you select the body. For example, if the body is selected as well, and you go to the physics property right here and set the body as a collision. But in my case I don't gonna do it because it's no need, the hair is not too long. So if I activate it, it will take a long time to render all the hair dynamics. So in my case the little chicken have short hair, so it's no problem, guys. Now we're gonna find in the frame number 10, or when he jumps, to see if the view is right. Yeah, something like that. We adjust the camera view. Okay, let me see when he jumps. Number 1 is okay. We're gonna put it on, yeah, 22, 20. Okay, here it's okay. I just need to adjust a little bit the camera, something like that. Okay, now about the render, the render property, the noise threshold is going to be 0.2. The noise threshold is the factor that determines the time of the render and the quality of the render. A small number will take more time, and if you increase the number, it will be shorter the render, each frame of the render or any video. Okay guys, in my case I'm going to use 0.2. You can test it in your computer. It depends on the power of your computer. Okay guys, so after set up everything, we just need to render our animation. It's pretty simple, and the max samples I'm going to use is 2800. So after that, my animation looks like this. Okay guys, thank you so much. I hope you have learned a lot. Please don't forget to leave a like, activate the notifications, subscribe to my channel if you didn't subscribe, and see you in the next video.